indoctrinate their own kids. And you can't allow the right to indoctrinate their own kids. You can't allow culture to indoctrinate kids in the baseline belief that all of human reproduction relies on men and women having babies. You're not allowed to. You can't leave it to them. See, people are being indoctrinated in the systems of the past, in the evil systems of the past. And so we have to rip away the kids and we have to re-indoctrinate them in order to even the score. And that is what the left is basically saying right now. That is their case. Well, all of this sort of culminated for us here at the Daily Wire in us saying, so you'll recall that last week, Disney announced that they had a bunch of woke executives and employees get out there and suggest, again, that it was a great and grand idea to sexually indoctrinate children. That we are going to, again, this is one of their producers, insert a not at all secret gay agenda in children's programming. And we at the Daily Wire were like, fine, if you're going to do that, we'll produce some content that you guys can, you as parents, you're not going to have to pre-screen. Right? Stuff that makes you feel safe, leaving your kids in front of the TV. And this prompted, of course, SNL to make fun of us. So first of all, thanks for the compliment, SNL. Second,
dude, you can say that as many times as you want, the indoctrination of children, but like, you know, you're a fucking homophobic piece of shit, straight up. Okay? It is not an indoctrination of children. Show gay people existing, okay? Gay people literally exist. Doesn't matter. You might not want that to happen. You might think that that's unacceptable, but gay people still exist, whether you like it or not. Reflecting that in your form of art is not indoctrination. It's just simply showcasing the reality.
second of all, I don't know who does the writing over at SNL, but they need better writers. So here was SNL.
Yeah, I mean, SNL's not funny, but also, I mean, fuck, Ben Shapiro, definitely least funny person on the planet. He's never laughed. The only time Ben Shapiro laughs is when he watches like a Palestinian home get fucking demolished. So
trying to go after us here at the Daily Wire for pointing out that you should actually be able to watch children's television without learning that cartoon animals are demisexual.
The conservative media organization The Daily Wire said they'll spend $100 million to create children's programming to counter woke media companies. Programs will include Clifford the Big Straight Dog, Encanto, but in English, and One Fish, Two Fish, That's How Many Fish Genders There Are.
Okay, so to be frank, honestly, I would 100% create a book called One Fish, Two Fish.
okay, I didn't even realize it was a weekend update. How are you going to come for the weekend update? They're actually funny. Like, they're literally, you're laughing. God, Ben is such a fucking lib, dude. I despise him. He is so, you want to know why I fucking hate Ben Shapiro more than anything else? Because he's such a fucking California purebred liberal, okay? This whole, like, I'm actually a socially conservative person, like, it is straight the fuck up. Like, I don't know if it's an act or not. Some people say that it is. And that he's actually like kind of chill and like normal when cameras are not on, which makes it worse. But I do know that his background is 100% like violinist, and his dad was a fucking violinist in Los Angeles. Like, he grew up in California, Los Angeles. Like, you know he is 100% hamming it up. At his heart, he is 100% a lip, okay? Failed Hollywood writer. Yes, exactly. That's precisely why he's like the way that he is, okay? So he loves SNL. You know he loves SNL.
Fish, that's how many fish genders there are. that create a book called One Fish, Two Fish, that's how many fish genders there are. That we would do that here at Daily Wire, probably. As far as Clifford the Big Straight Dog, the only reason that we would produce Clifford the Big Straight Dog is because you guys insist on reading kindergartners. Heather has two mommies.
Okay, by the way, like, he's just basically proving that it's just reactionary bullshit. Okay? Yeah. The only reason why we would do this is because we're reactionary. Yeah, that's the point. That's the joke. You're describing the joke, which you laughed at, you fucking clown.
Again, we don't want to produce any of those things. We were just like Clifford can remain the big red dog that he is, a non-sexual being, which is fine for small children, who, again, are not.
For the record, libs can be transphobic or homophobic too. I'm just saying he's a lib because he likes SNL and he like abides by a lot of the liberal values, which he routinely says he's against. And racist as well.
Non-sexual beings.
Better
But
wash
the
my
left
hands.
has to declare that we are the bad guys. We're the bad guys for suggesting that maybe kids should just read books that aren't about where people wish to rub their genitals. So there is this breed in these sort of beltway circles who thinks that avoiding the culture wars is the way you win. That's such nonsense. The culture wars are the way you win, not avoiding them, engaging in them. This is the amazing thing about the Trump phenomenon. There's so many people who tried to intellectualize Trump. Trump was just a giant screw you to people who wish to indoctrinate your children in critical race theory and gender studies. That was the basic idea of Trump. They're a bunch of elites. They wish to control your life. They hate you. They think you're an ignoramus. They think, according to Barack Obama, you're a bitter clinger who goes to church. And
He's right.
Donald Trump's like, I don't hate you guys. And people are like, sounds good to me. Well, here's Larry Hogan saying it's really, I don't even understand why there is a Florida bill to prevent sexual indoctrination of children. Yeah, Larry Hogan, take a hike.
I mean, he's literally fucking, he's admitting it. He's saying the quiet part out loud. So that's kind of cool to see. I mean, he's just straight up fucking saying it. He's 100% right. Culture wars is how you win. It's kind of the whole shtick for the Republican Party. Ben is correct. I love how these guys think straight equals non-sexual, gay equals sexual. That is how they think. They literally believe if you are... They literally believe if you're straight, then yeah, it's not a sexual thing. It's just normal. If you're gay, indoctrination. No one will ever be like, oh, do you have a girlfriend? Like asking a fucking a kid if they have a girlfriend or not, or if they have a crush on someone, is never considered like an indoctrination into heterosexuality. But the opposite of that would be, oh my God, that's a crime. You need to stop.
Not demanding that businesses do things, but he was, telling the cruise lines what they had to do. He was telling local schools what they had, mandating, and now he wants to criticize Disney for expressing, how they feel about that bill. I mean, they have every right to it. We have a thing called freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
They can come out and say what they think. I think the bill was kind of absurd and not something that would have happened in our state.
That's right. It wouldn't have happened in your state, which is why you're not a national candidate and you can go away. And really, I've been sympathetic to Larry Hogan and some of the ways he's approached issues in Maryland. But if this is the battle inside the Republican Party between people who wish to protect children and people who think it's a nonsense issue.
Bro, he's just mad that like Larry Hogan abides by the wishes of his constituency as a governor. Like he admits that's how it is in Maryland. But then gets mad that he's like, see yourself out of Republican business. Like the National Republican Party, this is our business. Our business is culture war. And our culture war business is right now doing homophobia. It's crazy. They admit this and then act like it's like some fucking serious thing. It's like dealing with the National Republican Party's attitudes is exactly like dealing with debate lords in general, where they just constantly bring up irrelevant, random shit that is completely spite-based, okay? Has nothing to do with like improving the material conditions of anyone. And then they'll fucking act like it's the most important, most significant issue that's ever faced American society. And they'll totally give up on it a week later when a new thing comes up. It's exactly the same shit I hate about debate bros. Literally, just the exact same shit that debate bros on the internet do. Like, oh my God, this is the most significant thing. Only until the next thing comes up, and then I care about that as the most significant thing, and totally give up on this.
Seriously, take a hike. I care about tax rates too. I'm the most free market guy on the right, probably. That doesn't mean that when it comes down to the priority of woke Disney versus your kids, that I'm not going to take the side of your kids, because I'm not a moron. If the Republican Party wants to avoid culture war issues, they're going to lose, and they should lose. These are 70-30 issues. Honest to God, if Republicans are going to be this out of touch, they deserve to lose. I know what you're thinking. It's time to binge.
Oh my God, he's such a fucking asshole, dude. It's crazy.